Yo, it's your boy Jen. On today's video we have Vinland Saga Season 2 Episode 7, and yeah, let's just get right to it, shall we guys? So yeah, it looks like there's actually thieves that steal from this farm, and Snake wanted to find out like who was stealing like food from them. We go with the next day. We got Anor, who seems to be all lovey-dovey with the slave girl, and yeah, I shipped them together. Nothing really happened there, you know. She was just being nice to him and, you know, being all lovey-dovey. I guess the only interesting here is that she got slapped really hard by her mistress, because she is still a slave and not like an actual maid. You know, she's a slave, which is totally different. You get treated like crap when you're a slave, and yeah, that's just the realization of that. Like, Keto. And he is actually with his other son. He's older. He's a little older. He's way more mature, a little more like scary looking. He's like a warrior who's been to like war, and yeah, he's kind of like a total douche, jerk, you name it. He's pretty much it. And yeah, Snake just comes along with him, and it shows, and he finds the two thieves, which were just little kids. And yeah, now they have to find out like a punishment for them. They had dinner with the older brother, Thorgil is his name. Yeah, we kind of figured he's kind of a crazy person. You know, he gave his little brother like a necklace full of ears of people. So yeah, he's not right in the head, and he was telling like stories. And we found out that Keto, the owner of this whole farm, his name used to be Iron Fist Keto, and he used to be like this amazing warrior who would use like his bare fist to fight in like wars and stuff like that. Yeah, now it's time for like the trial of the kids. And did they actually do it? So yeah, it seemed like they had to do like intense integration. I can't say that word for the life of me. They had to like, you know, do some like things where they had to finally admit that they did steal it. And yeah, one of the punishments was that they had to slice one of our arms, and the brother was like, yeah, don't touch my little sister. So yeah, you're gonna get your arms cut off, which just sounds insane. And that was the older guy, Thorgil, who was suggesting to get an arm cut. And then we got another guy who seems like to be like the you know, like the Keto's like a little assistant, and he was like, seems to be the most reasonable one. Yeah, he just made it where the kids had to pay by working for him. And yeah, everything sounded all nice until he said that they had to get a beating. And yeah, unfortunately for Keto, we kind of find out what kind of person he is. Like, he did not want to like hurt these kids. He's like a big softy in the inside, but he couldn't show it, because if you show it, then you're like a coward. So unfortunately, he had to agree with this beating. And at first it was going to be Snake, but then the brother, the older one, Thorgil, he wanted to beat him up, and it was like 20 times he had to beat him up, because he didn't want his sister to get beat up. So it was 20 times, and one punch already, it already like hurt like hell for him. So it was Keto who had to like step in, and he was the one who had to punish him, and he did. And yeah, his face looked really horrible. And then there was like a party or something. They're having like dinner, and Keto was going to sleep, and he was like, actually, and we find out who the true Keto is, and we found out that he was no Iron Fist guy. He was actually a coward. He didn't like wars, he didn't like violence, and he was actually afraid of his own son, Thorgil. And he was telling all of this to none other than like the slave girl that Anor loves. I forgot her name, but yeah, it's kind of crazy that he's telling this all to like a slave girl. And at first I thought that this was his wife, but I wonder what happened to his wife. Like, did she die or something, or what? And yeah, so yeah, Anor seems like he's gonna be a little bit sticky here with this girl who seems to know every weakness for the for Keto. So I don't know what's gonna happen there, but I'm already on episode 7, so I'm already sticking with this anime. So yeah, guys, that is the end of the chapter. Kind of a crazy, well, not crazy, but just we get to learn more about this character, this guy Keto, the slave owner. At first we thought he was like some kind of badass warrior, but turns out he didn't like none of that stuff. Probably why he has like a farm in the first place, so he doesn't, so he avoids all this war stuff. But yeah, guys, let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.